Hi. So it's a nice summer day, so I've moved out into the garage. It's good to get a different perspective, which is lucky because that's what this is all about today. It's finding um, joy and wonder by changing your point of view a little bit. And this is really either going to be a memoir piece or it's inspired by by actual events in your life. You want to fictionalize it. So what I'm going to ask you to do is for this assignment, think back to a different time, to a time in your life, something happened, something significant in some way to you, happy, sad, whatever, and write it from a different point of view, somebody else's point of view, right? So what is the point of this? Well, I can think about. Um, think about the Christmas season, and I'm not somebody who really likes to get gifts from people, or in my birthday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, just think of any gift giving celebration. I really don't like getting gifts. I'm not somebody who I kind of live in my head. The only thing I really want are books, and you can't give somebody another book because you don't know what their taste is or what they've read. I mean, people do give me books because they know that I'm a writer and a professor, but it's always the wrong book. I mean, they give me a book that I think I should like, and it's like that's not really to my taste. But I appreciate the gesture, but it's pretty hard to get my taste. And then I really don't like stuff. It just clutters up my life. I'd rather just have a tool, which nobody wants to give as a gift for obvious reasons as well. So anyway, I can't stand gift giving unless say I'm at Christmas and there's a child. And what happens then is I re-experience the joy that I had when I was a child and I got gifts because it was mind blowing, right? It's especially I believed in Santa Claus when I was a little kid. That was really mind blowing. It was less the gift and more the fact that this magical being came and appreciated who I was. It was nice. Um, and I can re-experience that through the child's eyes. Now, I probably wouldn't do Christmas through a child's eyes because it's been done and redone for exactly this reason: to experience joy, to experience wonder, right? But I might think about other things. I can think back to the 1984 Olympics. I lived in Los Angeles at the time, and I was 13 years old, and I would visit a woman who was she couldn't leave. She needed a walker to get from her bed to her couch, and that was about it. She couldn't leave the house, and so I'd go there and I'd run the vacuum cleaner and make her a little food and that kind of thing. And other people did it other days. But she had been in the last time the Olympics were in Los Angeles, which was 1930 something, I think. And so she got to experience my understanding of the Olympics now, and I got to understand hers. And she explained to me what it was like to be in Los Angeles at the time. She went to as many events as she could with her sister, and she talked about the differences and all that sort of thing. And so we both got to re-experience what we were experiencing that at that moment, the Olympics, through each other's eyes. I believe, that was the year of Carl Lewis won all those medals, and I wanted to be a runner. I was thinking about high school, and I was going to join the cross country team, and I was like watching that, and it was just blowing my mind at what this person could do, and what it was like to be in this lifestyle. And she was getting that from me, and I was talking to her, and it was great. It was this sort of, so I could write that from her point of view. I might fictionalize it a little bit because that would be, but it doesn't have to be. I can remember when we moved to California from Pennsylvania, and we went to Sequoia and Kings Canyon. And if you've never been to Sequoia Kings Canyon, you have to go. It's extraordinary. It's amazing, and it's not crowded in the way Yosemite is. Many of the same kinds of features, much cooler than Yosemite in the summer, which is 100 degrees often, because it's much higher. And so I got to experience this, but my parents got to experience it in two ways. It's the first time they'd ever seen it, and they were also watching children experience the natural world who had been, city kids. And like, oh, this is how that functions, that kind of thing. Um, it doesn't have to be a positive memory. I've just done two positive memories. It could be I was hit on my motorcycle when I was maybe 20 years old, maybe a little bit older than that, by somebody who rear-ended me, somebody who left the house knowing he didn't have brakes, and he was trying to throw the car into reverse, which I guess doesn't. Maybe it does. I don't know. But it wasn't working for him, and he just slammed into me at 30 miles an hour. And there's all sorts of people who witnessed this. There were people across the street who were just like, he veered off me into a van. I could write it from the point of view of the van owner. I could write it from the point of view of the guy driving the car, who was you know justifiably chagrined and terrified. He didn't know what I was going to do. Probably could ask them. I don't know. I didn't sue him or anything. I just let the insurance pay for my motorcycle. And that there's all sorts of points of view I can do by this. And so, okay, so if I get beyond the idea that I'm angry at him and he's an idiot, right? It's like, okay, maybe there's something else going on there. Maybe it's beyond mere stupidity. I mean, it's a stupid thing to do, yes, but so is actually driving a motorcycle. Don't drive motorcycles; they're dangerous. I got I kept riding after that. That's how smart I was. Um, right? I can try to understand that person's point of view and gain some level of humanity for what's happening and what he was doing. Why was it that he was so desperate to leave the house then that he had to get in the car and do this? He was I believe he was on his way to work, so that job must have been incredibly, profoundly important to him. And so, if I can get beyond the anger, I can start to see the world for in more ways, right? Not that I have to forgive him, right? It's a bad move, but it's nice to try to understand it. All right, so when you got that, please send it to the Journal of Radical Wonder. We'd love to see your work. All right, I will see you next time.